God, thank you for this day, Lord. Thank you for this night. And we pray that you would just be with us tonight as we have fun, Lord. And I hope we have energy for tonight, Lord. I pray that even though I'm nervous right now, Lord, I pray that your words will just come naturally out of my mouth, Lord. And that my testimony will ultimately be glorifying to you, Lord, and a good story that you have written. Thank you for that, and we pray in Jesus' name, amen. Okay, yeah, I grew up in a Christian home. I guess God has really blessed me with two parents who are really devoted to Christ, and through them, God has blessed me because they've been such good witnesses and examples. And I grew up until 3rd grade going to CCUC South. I don't really remember much about being there because I didn't really like it. For the wrong reasons. Not like church is supposed to be fun, just about fun. But as a kid, things are kind of boring for you. You're kind of I don't want to sit through this. And I thought it was a fuss every morning for my mom to pick a different dress for me to wear. And I didn't really have friends at church either, because the church is small and there weren't many kids there. And I was also not a really friendly girl, as some of you guys know. I was actually a really vain, bossy little girl who I'm not gonna make any friends and stuff. So, but other than that, I did learn my Bible stories from that church, and I also learned my Bible stories here. Even though I went to CCUC South on Sundays, I went to CCUC for preschool. I came here also for Chinese school after Sunday school and stuff like that, and I came here in the summers for JSP and BBC. And CCUC has been a blessing for me. I remember a bulk of my Bible stories because of Mrs. Amy and Miss Janice and I went to preschool. And I actually accepted Christ here in JSP around, I think, 2nd or 3rd grade. I can't remember. But I remember my teacher's name was Miss Page, and we were upstairs in those tiny classrooms. It was a hot July day. And she took some of us aside. It was just me and a few of my friends, and she's I don't know why she took us aside, but she took us to a separate room. She sat us down, and she shared the gospel. I remember she opened up a picture book, and she shared gospel colors, black was for sin, and red was for blood Jesus. And I remember she arrived to the heaven page, and there's this. Not that it was glittery or anything, but it was a pretty good picture of heaven, and it started to I started to think about it. I've heard the story so many times, but why is this important to me? And she shared Jesus died for you, blah blah. But the only thing that really stuck out to me is if you accept Him in your heart, you'll go to heaven. Of course, you don't want to go to hell, and as a kid, you're heaven, yeah. So I accepted Christ. And I think a few of my friends did that day too, I don't know. Since then, 3rd grade year, I came to CCUC, officially on Sundays. I started to come to Echo. Echo was just such a blessing for me. And because I didn't have that many friends at CCUC South, Echo was just a new thing for me, because I was this is cool, I have friends that are learning about God and are having fun. I also came here for Sunday school, Miss Melody's class, Kirsten and Bethany and stuff. And I came here for junior camp. So there's a lot of stuff that happened after that, but I'm gonna fast forward to junior high, because junior high is when I guess that was when I first really started caring about my relationship with God. I would say I've had so many struggles in my life with Christ, and just want to tell you, Christian life is not all about sunshine and rainbows. It's actually really hard and stuff, but in the end, it's all worth it because it's for glory of God, and He also blesses us with so many things, and I'm going to share it with you guys. obstacles that I've had in my life, sins and struggles and stuff, since junior high that I still have now are my big three are my insecurities, my pride, and my worries, and all of them tie in together somehow. I struggled with a lot of my friendships and stuff because I had a lot of friends, but I didn't have any close friends. And junior high was when I started to really try to develop them. And but sometimes I would cry at night because I didn't think I was good enough for my friends. Like the message I got from my friends was that it came with a price. And I remember I would the worst thing you can ever do to bring your self-esteem down is to compare yourself with someone else. And that's what I did. And I wanted to be exactly like them. I never thought I was like pretty enough or popular enough, smart enough, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it didn't really help that my friends would make fun of me. And even though they told me, oh, we're just joking and stuff like that, like inside I knew that part of it was true because I was always the tag-along girl, I was the girl who's just kind of there. And I also knew that part of their jokes were true because people would tell me like, oh, I heard them talk behind your back and stuff, and it really hurt me. Like those comments, like soon after being repeated for so long, I started to believe them, and it sunk in so bad to the point I tried to turn to my brother's friends instead, and it's not really hard because I hung out with Riley, and I still do hang out with Riley all the time. And so I was hoping maybe the guys would be less judging, be more honest, and be nicer to me. And they were. Like for a time, they really were. I was really happy that I made some friendships with them, and but I mean, even after that, relying on those kind of friendships, it started to slip out of my hands too. I started to become hurt because some of the friendships became unhealthy in ways. Like some of them became more than just friendships, and then it was a whole lot of drama, whatever. And in the end, one of the friendships that I truly treasured went sour. And for this whole month, I was in the dumps because I'm like, okay, my girlfriends are not there for me, my guy friends can't be there for me. But throughout it all, I think that was junior high was a really crucial time for me spiritually because that's when I first knew that God was my undeniable friend. He's the only, not person, but only being that was there for me 24/7 when I needed him. He heard my every cry, my every prayer, and I found peace in him. I didn't have that kind of friendship before, and throughout that time, I also began to understand what Jesus felt too when he was on earth. Because I mean, Jesus also he's the perfect guy. I mean, all of a sudden, on the darkest hour when he was being arrested, his friends abandoned him, and I mean, his own creation, like us, and all the people he was trying to save were the ones that were mocking him and making fun of him and stuff when he was at the cross.